Endless Fortune is my native name, Ifeomagwu. Everywhere I go, I have to first of all explain that.
That's right.
So people don't think I'm talking about wealth.
Money, right.
Apple was going to launch their Beats radio thing, and my daughter was headhunted when my son won his Mercury Award. Everybody is kind of throwing champagne. I just grabbed hold of the red wine bottle. I started pouring it because I couldn't believe
That he won it.
that he won it. It was like, what? Everything that happened to me is my determination, but there's a bit of luck in everything we do.
Welcome to the very first ever episode of Diva Doc Let's Talk. I am Dr. Thelma Wright, host of Diva Doc Let's Talk. I have traveled all the way from the United States to chilly and cold London to speak to this amazing lady. I am thrilled to have the extraordinary Ifeomagwu Adenuga, mother of the iconic Skepta, joining us today. Ife, she's also called, is a beacon of strength and wisdom, and her journey as a mother has been filled with love, dedication, and the challenges of raising a creative genius and other geniuses, actually. Tune in as we explore her experiences, the lessons she's learned along the way, and her thoughts on the evolving music scene. Thank you so much. I heard you actually just arrived in London from Nigeria.
Yes.
And came straight to see me. Thank you so much for doing that.
I didn't want to disappoint you.
Oh, thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. I can't wait for us to discuss your life, your experiences as a mother, and anything you would like to discuss. So, I read this amazing book, Endless Fortune. And if you haven't read this book, get it and read it. Get it and read it. And I know when I read it, you were in Lagos for the formative years, and then you moved here in 1980. So what made you move to London?
I was looking for greener pasture. Don't forget, in Lagos, at the age of 10, our parents packed us away to the eastern Nigeria because of the Nigerian-Biafran Civil War. So as the war was going on with all the hardship and impoverishment, every time I looked forward to just get out of that situation. So when the war then ended, 1970, I had to finish my primary school.
Yes.
Finished my primary school, went to secondary school. As soon as I finished, all I want to do is just come away from that environment completely. So I moved to Lagos. Worked in Lagos for about 3 years. Finished 75, worked as a bus conductor. You see it in there.
yes.
As a bus conductor, and luckily for me, I joined the Nigerian Airways. When we still had Nigerian Airways.
Okay.
Nigerian Airways is no more now.
Because we had Ghanaian Airways,
Yes.
or Ghana Airways.
Yes. So 2-3 years down the line, so with staff ticket, 3 naira, I flew out of the country.
Wow. So why the UK? Why not the US?
Because
why not Canada? Why the UK?
Well,
Or France?
because I had an uncle here. Yeah, I have a paternal uncle here. He's still here. He's 90.
Oh, good for him.
now. Yeah. Plus the fact that English language was second nature to us.
Yes.
So I didn't want to go to anywhere that I would have to struggle.
Yes.
To understand what they're saying. Even though I struggled to understand what they were saying here, because everything was
Yeah.
You just had to decode it at some point. Because my uncle already lives here, it was like somebody that would look after me. I had in mind, and I learned the English language already, both in primary and secondary school. So that's why I chose.
Got you. That makes sense. So you get here. I mean, clearly you had to have faced some. Any challenges you faced, or it was a soft landing?
It wasn't a soft landing. It wasn't a soft landing because of the culture shock to start with. I've never lived in a place where I'm shivering and I'm wondering what is hitting me. Well, the shiver was like my teeth were chattering even. And that's one. Two, where I worked in Nigeria, Kingsway stores, they had an escalator there, but I'd never been on it before.
Okay.
My lunchtime, I'll just buy me what's the ice cream? The brown thick ice cream.
Fan milk. The fan milk.
No. Magnum.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll buy Magnum and I'll stand by the foot of the thing and listen to not John Lennon, Elton John's Yellow Brick Road.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know, it was an after thing that I realized what the song was called. But I never went on that escalator. So when I got here, came down London Bridge, and I'm looking at the escalator, I'm going, there's no way
I'm getting on that.
I'm getting on this is it's rolling up.
Yeah.
So luckily for me, the guy that guided me in the plane, because it was the first time I was flying. So when we got to the Heathrow, the girlfriend came to welcome him. So the two of them, they sandwiched me to come up
the escalator.
Escalator.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything was just brand new to me.
Yes.
However, I didn't see the money they said the ground was paved.
The gold.
That's what the idea we had.
Right.
That London.
The streets were paved with gold.
Paved with gold and money. I didn't see all that, but other than that, the code,
the weather.
Then again, the guy, I've forgotten his name. The guy that I said helped me. They said they would put me in a taxi to take me to my uncle's, but first of all, I should come for us to go and eat. And they brought a goosey and pounded yam, and I'm thinking, so they eat Nigerian food here. I was so happy to eat that. Yeah. And then they put me in taxi, and I went to my uncle. I went to Forest Hill to my uncle's house. My uncle works night. So when I got there, there's a note by the door written by the wife telling me that she's gone to the telephone booth because they don't have phone in the house. Right. So every night she will go to the telephone booth and she'll be chatting with my uncle till God knows for how long, and she'll come back. So I put my box down, put my head down on my box in front of their house, and I felt kind of dozed off.
Yeah.
The next minute, I just woke up like shaking, and I'm thinking, what do I do? This woman is not back yet. So a light flicked up at the house across the road. I couldn't care less whose house it was.
You went knocking?
Straight away, and the dog was barking like mad. And this old lady, opened the door and got me 2-3 minutes, went to her kitchen, brought me a tray of tea and biscuits and sliced tomatoes. Put my bag, my shoes on the chair, and I'm thinking, and I nearly crawled into the fireplace. Fireplace. All that was cultural.
Yeah, it won't happen now. Now, forget it.
Everywhere was quiet. You couldn't hear nothing except for the screeching of cars going. And I'm thinking, don't they move around here? What's all this calmness? It was like ghost town.
Yeah, compared to Nigeria or Lagos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But gradually one got used to it.
Yes. I met your husband and had your children. So this book, I want to speak a little bit about it. Yeah. What inspired you to write this book?
Okay. What inspired me to write my book was when my son won his Mercury Award at what year was this? 2016. So everybody is kind of throwing champagne. I just grabbed hold of the red bottle, red wine bottle. I started pouring it because I couldn't believe
that he won it.
Oh, wow. Even Keno's mom, I was throwing the wine all over her.
Wow.
You see where I apologized to her in my book. Yeah. It was like, what? This is how far I've come.
Yes.
Then he hit me to think that my son actually won that. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to document my
journey. Yeah.
Luckily for me, all throughout I've been here, I've been doing some kind of
journaling. Yeah.
Because I remember the first time, like you said, the culture shock thing, right through from moving to my uncle's house to living on my own and getting a job and studying, I was kind of documenting things that reminded me of home. Like there was a time I was coming back from school and I'm crying. So I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing in this cold?
Yeah.
I took my you'll see it in the book. I took my shoes off, going, the house is there. Let me quickly run run. My leg is like you're throwing fresh fish on the floor. Boom, boom. I didn't even feel it.
Right.
I go to the door. I can't open my door. Some guy, I swear down, some guy passing, because I was trying to use my teeth.
To open the door. Oh my God.
I was trying to use my teeth to open the door, and the guy helped me to open it. I don't know what I'm doing in this country. What country is this? I want to go home. I want to go home. I was making up my mind to go. This is it. I can't be bothered to live here again. However, like I said, I got used to it.
The weather.
Yeah. So the journaling that I was doing then helped me to write my backstory. So they from 2016, 2000 up onwards to that 2016.
Oh wow, you journaled.
Was very easy for me because I'm living it.
Yes.
I was living that with my family.
Yes.
But the journals I kept relating to what our dad would feed us and what I was eating. Because don't forget, my dad was in there.
I read that.
Bacon and egg.
Yeah.
What's this bacon and egg?
Right.
So I nearly killed myself eating bacon and egg.
Oh, wow. Because you were used to it.
Yeah, because my dad is.
So you speak a lot about overcoming challenges.
Yes.
Was that one that stands out to you? I mean, obviously you talk about the cold, but is that, I know you had a lot of personal stories, and I'm reading it and I was living. I mean, there was one story that you talked about, going to the bushes and there was a snake.
Okay.
I mean, like, that was crazy.
Again, that's another culture shock for me in my village.
I know, in your village, right.
Yeah,
but then here,
in Lagos.
right.
So taking us home during that war, I'm not used to. I remember my mom taking Harriet, our younger sister.
Yeah, the one who passed.
Yeah, the one that passed to the toilet. I didn't know she was taking her to the toilet. It's just that I saw them coming back out from the garden. Where have you been? Oh, Harriet went to go and poo. And I'm thinking, okay, why are you going over there? Because I was expecting us to have a toilet.
Of course, because you got it in Lagos.
So she goes, oh, no, when you're ready to go. And I'm going, what? So I'm going to go inside this bush. So it became a second nature. And the fact that you wake up early in the morning, there's nothing to do other than you head to the bush and start picking anything you can pick, berry, nuts, anything you can get that will form some kind of assemble as food in the house. So we got on this particular day and I was pressed.
Wow.
I went there and as soon as I stooped, the ground heaved.
You stood in a snake.
I didn't know. So I was pressed. I didn't bother checking. So I went again. The thing heaved up again. As soon as I looked down, oh my God. This snake was just coiled up under the
bushes.
Twigs, yes, dry twigs.
Wow. Good for you.
It's unbelievable.
So, you speak of fortune.
Yeah.
What's your definition of fortune outside of wealth? Obviously, you talked about some financial wealth and how to, sort of get wealth. But I'm sure you didn't mean just financial wealth.
No.
And I would like the audience to know.
I keep explaining that.
Yeah, but they don't know. I want them to hear from you.
Endless Fortune is my native name, Ifeomagwu, in my language. Because I remember when I was writing this, myself and my family, we were debating what name to call the book. We said from Lagos Bridge to London Bridge. We said no.
All the different names.
Playing around with names. So Junior, my big boy, said, Mom, why don't you call it your name? Ifeomagwu, because they're always making fun of my Nigerian name. Ifeomagwu. I said, that's true. And Ifeomagwu means endless fortune that doesn't finish.
All right.
That's what my name is. Ifeomagwu.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I call the book Endless Fortune. So every time, I remember when I was promoting the book, everywhere I go, I have to first of all explain that.
That's right.
So people don't think I'm talking about wealth.
Money, right.
Money in the family.
Right. So
because money didn't come into the family until after the mobile thing.
Yes.
So they were getting their little selling their CD and all that, little money, but money didn't actually manifest until the mobile thing happened. Yeah.
I read this book and I'm like, oh my God, this woman had so much resilience, so much strength. and so much authenticity. And I think of other women who would probably just listen to this and want, to learn get a leaf from your book. So if you had to advise or empower a woman today who is listening to us, what would you say? Look, a woman who is struggling to find themselves or struggling to get successful, what's one of the things that you consistently did which paid off for you? Like with me, I'm extremely authentic. I'm not going to do something I really don't want to do. I don't care who you are. I just won't do it if it doesn't agree with my spirit. And not a lot of people can do that. And what do you think was your tenet you lived by that has gotten to you to where you are?
It's me doing things my own way.
That's right.
Because growing up, we were beating black and blue. Especially being the first child.
So am I.
It's me that will be charged with looking after my siblings. It had its ups and downs because what that meant was my mom and dad, they are not there. It's them that I will delegate. Wash dishes. You go and get this. You go and do this. But anyone they failing, is me that will be told off. Or it's me that will be beaten. So when I got here, I said, my children, I'm not going to touch them. I don't know whether you saw where I talked about when we were, as a school child, we were going to the Independence March. And my parents couldn't afford to get me a bata shoe.
Yes.
And I cried non-stop
Yes,
that everybody else is going. I need to go. So luckily for me, in the morning, I wake up on that day, and a pair of black shoes was sitting down there by my door, myself and my sister's bedroom door, standing there with a pair of white socks, the ones with the frill. And I went, yes. As soon as I got ready for school, I couldn't wait to wear those shoes. And I said to myself, when I have my children, their feet will not touch the ground. Like,
yeah.
Like you start.
Yeah, what I didn't get, they're going to get.
Exactly. So they found that I'd done things the way I want to do it. That's one. Two, I'm not going to smack them.
Yes.
I'm going to listen to them. Because nobody listens to me.
Yeah.
My christening name is Patience.
I know.
So everything I did when I was growing up is, have patience. What's wrong with you? Ask your name. I said, no, I'm sorry. I just want to know what is in there. Nobody wanted to let me know anything.
You're too curious.
And that was really killing me. So I made that decision not to do things the way my parents did it. My mom and my dad, I can't remember them saying to me, I love you.
I know.
The only way I know they love me is for example, if I come back from school and I did very well in school.
Yeah.
Hey, Nedim, well done.
Yes.
Not I love you.
Right.
No, all that.
Yeah, African parents,
Exactly. So I said to myself, I said, I'm going to show my children that all those things that I lacked.
Yes.
I'm going to do it with them.
Awesome.
And that's what I did. I mean, for example, living in Tottenham, because I raised all of them in Tottenham, where people are saying it's socially deprived area. That didn't bug me. So long as I am with my children, yes. I'm fine.
Yes.
I drove them to derelict areas where they went to go and practice their music.
Yeah.
And when I hear paying on police siren, it didn't bug me because I've got my children with me.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. African parents, especially Nigerian parents, at least I have friends who are Nigerian, they have to be either doctor or lawyer or some kind of profession.
Yes.
And then here you are, you have these kids trying to get into
entertainment industry.
Right. And you will say, okay, you need to go into, it's okay. Like I know if my kid comes to me and say, Mommy, I want to do music, I'm like, are you crazy? You're going to be going to medicine or you're going to go, you know what I mean? What made you decide, I'm going to let them fly?
I've been through this question 10 million times. I've been through it. It's unbelievable. Junior is the first one, isn't it?
And Junior is Skepta?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the first child. He finished, and when Tupac died, 96, I think it was, came back with his certificates. Mom, Dad, that is finished. Yeah. What? You're not going to university? No, I want to do music. Dad and I, we looked at ourselves. Daddy went to uni. I went to uni. Our first child doesn't want to go to uni. Okay. 1 down, 3 to go. JME didn't even wait for us to discuss it. He went to Greenwich University to do 3D graphic designing. Beautiful. Julie comes out, going to East London. East London University is in this area, isn't it? Yes. 1 year down the line, my daughter dropped her. He goes, Mom, I can't make friends there. Everybody there too old. I can't. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with this girl? Stop embarrassing me, because daddy was screwing. You need to see Joe's face.
Like, what children did you pick for
God.
me?
And from then, Julie just disappeared. She went to IKEA shop floor job, because IKEA just opened in Edmonton. She went to IKEA shop floor job. From IKEA, she moved on to Apple shop floor. From Apple, she went producing Channel U. That's it. From Channel U, she disappeared to when Riz FM wasn't legal. So her and Cyan, they will be talking. I'll be listening to them, and I'm going, "What is this girl doing, for crying out loud?" But the thing is, I see me
In them.
in her, because she's the only girl I have. So one day I walked into her bedroom and I saw the spirogram on the wall. What can I do to be TV presenter, singer, and broadcaster? And I'm thinking, is this what this girl is chasing, that is making her go everywhere, here and there and everywhere? So, but as soon as she started doing drive time on Rins FM,
Wow.
when Rins became officially legalized, Apple was going to launch their Beats radio thing, and my daughter was headhunted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, you know, you were a busy woman, right? You went to school when you came here. You ended up getting married. You had 4 children. How did you balance your personal life, being a wife, being a mom, and also trying to pursue your professional life? How did you balance all of that? Because I know they're going to be wondering.
It was interest. It's the fact that my value never faded away. I had that inkling of achieving something in my life. Yeah? Don't forget, the original thought was to come here, study, and go home. But when I came here studying and I met somebody I fell in love with, the next thing was, like Africans would do, the next thing is having
Babies.
children. And when I started having my children, I'm sure you read it there too, where Daddy and I were arguing about me going back to work.
Okay.
And I said, it goes, you can't sit down in the house and look after them. I said, I will look after them, but I need to go back to work. I'm not going to sit down
And take care of babies.
take care of the. What did I study for? It's just my sense of goal. And I'm able to multitask, and that's because I am a to-do list champion. I can list things that will comprise of 4, 5 things to do, and I enjoy taking them off as I'm doing them.
I know.
I take this one off. I take this one off.
Yeah.
The day I finish it, I'll pour me a glass of white.
That's great.
Pat myself on the back.
Of course.
But I can't deny Daddy's role in the whole thing as well. Because he never worked for anybody, apart from when he was a warehouse manager. Other than that, he worked for himself. So that allowed us time to be able to kind of mix and match our times.
Yes.
So sometimes he picks the kids up, sometimes I pick them up.
Yes.
And when I was working with Reed, and he started his job center approved training center, I just had to resign over here and go and join him there. So it became very easy for both of us to plan how we're going to juxtapose looking after the children and running their
But one question I have to ask.
Yeah.
So you are the mother of one of the most iconic artists here in the UK and probably the world. And how does it feel? You know, how does it feel being the mother? How does it feel? That's like huge.
Funny you should be saying that. Sometimes I remember I suggested it to the family chat. I said, wouldn't it be nice to have Junior and JME tell us what it feels like to be them?
Yeah.
Because what you're asking me now, me too, I'm still in awe about it. The fact that I can just call his tour manager to book me a ticket, I want to go to da-da-da-da. It's still something that I go, is that me?
I know it's
and like the Nigeria I went to, I had escorts,
right.
with
Guards,
police officers and everything in it.
yeah.
It's like I'm just taking it as as it comes. I don't know.
Because I'm sure like Grammys, if he's
I want
nominated, you
them
can
to
go.
tell me how he feels. To be honest with you,
Has he never said it?
They said how?
How does he feel about the whole?
Junior
being
Junior is down to Junior, just as you see me now. That's how Junior is. Because I remember when we lived in Richmond Hill, and some young children that went to their school would come and like hide around the street to wait for them to come and say hello to Daddy and I. And as soon as they see them and pick up their phone to go, no, come here, what's your name?
Take a picture with you.
That's the way they are. That's the way we raise them.
Yeah.
They're just themselves.
Yes.
As opposed to, I'm sure I can't remember how many days ago, somebody said something to say, don't you know you're a celebrity? He goes, no, somebody is slapping that on me and I'm dodging it. I'm not a celebrity, I'm junior, I am Skepta. So it's the way they are. But I feel it when I have life easy sometimes. I feel it.
Yes.
Like if I decide now I'm going to go do something, I go, okay, I need a hat or I need a, I can call him or get a driver to drive me and I get then I feel
life has become way easier.
Yes. Actually, this is what it is to be me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know,
but
despite
I'm lost without friends. I still gather my friends together once in a while.
That's right. Yeah, you told me about your birthday celebration.
Yes, I still gather my friends around. I can't be cooked up on my own because I'm comfortable. I like to.
Do you get stopped? Do you get recognized when you're out?
Not really.
Okay,
no.
okay, that's good because you don't want that.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you don't want that. So, have you done anything as it pertains to women empowerment?
Oh yes.
Can you tell me a little bit
My
about
village
that?
for a start.
Yes.
And that's why there's this corner shop around my house. Every time I go there, I buy something. They give you change in it. They ask me to put it. I said, no, I've got my own charity. I go, no, I've got my own charity back home. Yeah. My village is a small, tiny village in my local government, and
where you stayed when you left Lagos with your family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back home where I was born.
Yes.
And so what I do is I run adult education for the women who dropped out from school to get married or to go and serve some people living abroad. That's one. And then every Christmas I have fun fair because majority of people come home. Yeah. So what I'm now thinking in this austerity measure they're going through, which we want to start early next year, is like every last Sunday of the month, cook for everybody in the village, for them to come together and eat. And the thinking behind that is to promote that sense of community and togetherness, so that they don't begin to dislike themselves or begin to attack themselves, because there's nothing hunger or poverty doesn't provoke in people. Is that's what I'm mindful of.
Yes.
That is making me want to do what I'm doing for them, and they appreciate it.
Awesome.
Already, I've done borehole, done electricity.
Oh wow!
Got them. I don't know, Ghanaian people. You people do palm oil, innit?
Yes.
Yes. Oil mill.
Yes.
Got them oil mill.
Yes.
So they don't have to be paying.
Yes.
To process their oil.
Yes.
It saves them money.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Anything to make life comfortable for them, because I can't change Nigeria.
No.
But you start from somewhere.
If there was one thing you'd want to share with the audience, as you know, this show is a show, sort of focused on empowering women, focused on talking to women who have achieved great heights. And we want to, I always want to hear from my guests, what advice you would give to women who were listening and on how to persevere, how to, I guess, build wealth if that's what they're trying to achieve, or how to build endless fortune. What advice would you give?
It's determination. Set the goal. Nothing is impossible except the word impossible itself.
That's right.
You know, it's not, you don't fall at the first hurdle and then you go throw your hands up. That's it. No, because every woman is empowered. We just have to recognize it
And pull it out of you.
or realize it.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't throw your hands up as soon as one thing happens. No. Try again. The more you're falling, the more you're learning where you're going wrong. And before you know it, voila, as they say, you hit it with that bit of luck. There's luck in everybody's life.
Yes.
So we shouldn't be burdening ourselves. Let's just live and work towards our
Goals. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Make a list. Write it down. What you want to achieve.
Yeah.
When you want to achieve it, and work towards it. Gradually, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one
Step. Yep. And you have to keep pushing.
Yeah.
You have to keep pushing.
You don't have to.
And and I also believe in mindset and just thinking positive. If you think positive, things will happen.
Absolutely.
Like I'm thinking this is going to blow up and it's going to be great. And it's going to blow up. And it's going to be great.
When Juno didn't go to uni and we were screaming, our last child went to uni, Jason. But both the ones that went and the ones that didn't, Jason and JME went to uni. Julie and Junior didn't go to uni. But the four of them are working together. Jason is designing. Jason designed my book.
Oh, wow.
My book cover.
Yes.
If you look at the back, you see his
Yeah,
name
yeah, I
there.
saw that he was a designer.
It was his idea
and he's
to
done a
use
lot of
this
Skepta's album covers
till
too.
today. He's done a lot for his men's season 1 and 2 fashion thing. The sister too, with everything she wears. Jason designs them.
Oh, wow.
JME.
Will Jason design an outfit for me?
Of course. I don't know how much he charges, but yes, why not? JME, the same thing. But JME does less because JME did 3D graphic designing.
Okay.
So JME can almost do his own work, but sometimes he enlists Jason.
Wow. So they all work together.
Yeah. So that's why I don't cry that they are all in entertainment industry.
Yes. They all turned out okay.
I don't have doctor. I don't have lawyer. I don't have engineer, but I can buy them.
There you go. Your kids were all born here.
Yes.
Right? They were all born here. And I'm not sure whether you took them to Nigeria when they were little.
82 to 92. Yeah, well, once I think.
Once, okay.
We all went.
Okay, and
once.
they were kids.
Yeah.
But they're really more British than anything.
Absolutely.
But it sounds like Junior Skepta is really in touch with his Nigerian roots.
Absolutely.
And now he's a king, right? He's a king at his father's village. How do you think that became? Is it that, the fad, all these kids who were born outside, all want to now get in touch with their roots, or he just really, honestly, genuinely wants to get in touch?
I suppose because his knowledge of his lineage, because Junior is Joseph Olaita Adenuga. His great-granddad is Joseph Olaita Adenuga. His granddad is Joseph Olaita Adenuga. His dad is Joseph Olaita Adenuga.
Oh, wow.
So him is Joseph Olaita Adenuga. His own son too, Joseph Olaita Adenuga. So the fact that he's the first child, he knew that I think he embraces that. I remember the first time we went home. No, it wasn't the first time. When he went for his kingship, chieftaincy thing, and we walked to where the great granddad and granddad were buried, and he was on his own. I didn't go with him, or Daddy didn't go with him, because it's behind the house. He came back in, and my son was shedding tears.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, Junior, what's your problem? He goes, Mom, I can't believe. Looking at that name on the floor there, and it's like, it's almost real to me.
Yeah.
In other words, it's almost, I wish I knew them. I said, well, their
blood runs through your veins.
Absolutely. I said, you do. So it's like the fact that he's the first child and he has that responsibility of carrying on the name. I think that's why he's so more African.
I can't wait to meet your son one day. Hopefully one day I'll get to meet him,
Of course, why
Yes,
not?
hopefully I get to meet him. I know he's a very busy guy. But we will do. And, thank you so much for taking time to meet with me.
It's a pleasure.
I'm honored.
Pleasure.
I'm honored that you were able to do that.
Thank you for reading my book.
Of course. I have to ask this question.
Mhm.
So, you get this call, or I'm not sure whether it was Wise Tola who spoke to you or who reached out to you, whether it was me to, meet with me on Diva Doc Let's Talk. And you did not hesitate to say okay or say yes. Not everybody would have. Especially the media would, switch what you say. So a lot of people are very wary of these kind of things because, like, what am I going to say? They're going to, make me look them. My son may not be happy about it. What made you just take a chance and say, you know what?
You just
Sure.
asked me a question about how to empower women, innit? This is a podcast by a black lady,
African.
African lady, who is empowering women as well. So it's all part of the same thing. And I'm used to doing interviews. So when Tola reached out to me about it, and she said, you would like me to come on to the thing. The fact that you're even taking your time to read my book.
Yeah.
It's not everybody that is reading my book. That's why I said yes.
Thank you. Thank you so
That's
much.
why I said yes.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for reading my book.
Of course. Of course. It was an honor to. Thank you for listening to our heartfelt discussion with IFY ADENUGA. Her stories of motherhood and her unwavering support for Skepta and her other kids remind us of the powerful bond between mother and children. We hope her words inspired you as much as they inspired us. Be sure to subscribe and like Diva Doc Let's Talk. Until next time, this is Dr. Thelma Wright. Thank you and have a great day.